Shannon from BetweenUsParents.com, and my family just got back from an epic road trip to New England. We drove over 2,500 miles from Chicago all the way to Maine and then all the way back. And road tripping is super fun, and one of the reasons I love it is that you can bring back all kinds of things that you probably couldn't haul or wouldn't want to haul on a plane. So one of the things we decided to do this year was to travel through food, because there's so much great food in New England. So we did whoopie pies in Maine, we had Boston cream pie in Boston. Those things don't travel as well, so we couldn't bring them back, but we brought back a whole lot of other food, and I thought I'd show you our haul. So let's start with Vermont. I thought that this maple syrup bottle was just too pretty to pass up. It's just lovely, so it might even just be a decoration, but you've got to get Vermont maple syrup when you're in Vermont. The other thing that you have to get, I kind of think, is Vermont maple syrup with rum in it. So they had this in the cute little store in Stowe. We stayed at Stowe Mountain Resort and had a great time. And this is Woods Pure Maple Syrup, Vermont Rum Maple Aged, Barrel Aged. So I'm super excited to try this out. Maybe with some baked apples and make some kind of good apple compote to put on pancakes in the fall. And maple sugar. Because, you're in Vermont. Why not? You got to load up on the maple while you're there. From Vermont, we headed through New Hampshire. Didn't really stop other than to see the state capitol. So no food haul from there. But then we went to Maine, where we had lobster. And it was amazing. And on our way from Maine to Boston, we passed the Stonewall Kitchen store. I didn't know that they had a store at their headquarters in York, Vermont. They also have a cafe and cooking school. It's probably a good thing I didn't know that ahead of time or we would have stopped, but we went a little overboard at the Stonewall Kitchen store. Had to get pancake mix to go with the rum syrup from Vermont. And then chocolate chip scones were on sale. You can't really pass that up, right? Chocolate chip scones, you gotta love those. And I love that you see these mixes in all kinds of my favorite stores, but they were a little bit cheaper at the store in Maine, so that was great. And then for my husband, they had all kinds of samples, which was great, so we could try stuff. So they had pretzels and just rows and rows of sampling pretty much everything they had in the store, including the dark chocolate cherry sauce. And he opted for the hot pepper peach jam, which was cool that he was able to try it, so we knew that he liked it, because I'm not going to eat it. Glad he loves it. His favorite kind of jam is raspberry. I like that too, so I was happy to get that. And then we also combined all the goodness into the raspberry liqueur hot fudge sauce. So I see some fun Sundays in our future. And then I couldn't pass up the New England chicken stew mix, and I thought it might be fun on a cold, kind of dreary day in Chicago to relive our vacation a little bit and travel a little bit through our taste buds if we can't do it physically. And then it was also super fun for a gift for the very nice neighbor who watered our plants. We could get the wild Maine blueberry jam, the super cute packaging with the map of Maine. So that seems like a really good gift to bring back for someone. And for her kids who super helped out, lobster lollipops. Seriously, how have I lived without these little guys? They're the best. So the next stop on our trip was to Cooperstown, New York for the Baseball Hall of Fame, which was fantastic. And Cooperstown was an adorable little town. I would happily go back there anytime. And we had some really good food on Main Street, but it didn't strike me as a real foodie town until we were leaving, that is. And at one of the dinners, I had some hard cider from Fly Creek, which was local, and it was delicious. And then when I saw the sign for the Fly Creek Orchard, I said we had to stop. So when you've got a 12-hour drive ahead of you and your wife is insisting on stopping at the orchard, I'm sure that's not fun, but my husband was a trooper and pulled on in, and I managed to get Fly Creek hard cider. It's so good. Really, really good. I'm very happy to have this guy. I also got some regular cider, not hard, that we enjoyed on our trip home, and they had an amazing amount of food that I wasn't expecting when we pulled in, and their setup was similar to the Stonewall Kitchen one, that there was lots of sampling, and as a result, we ended up with 1856 hot habanero barbecue sauce from Fly Creek. And then I might have forgotten about the chicken stew mix and gotten Fly Creek chowder mix. So we have some good creamy soups and stews in our fall future for reliving our fun travels. And then last but certainly not least, I had to get the apple butter. It was really creamy, really rich, so good. Straight from the cider mill. I thought it was probably a better choice than getting the apples. Produce is just sort of tricky when traveling. So, and I don't think they're terribly in season. So I thought they might be a little bit of a gamble, and this, not a gamble. Tried it, loved it. So good. So we have an insane amount of food to tide us over, and it's been so fun to do some sort of gastronomic traveling, and hopefully this gives you some ideas of great things you can get in New England, and know that we'll be reminiscing about our trip and enjoying it through our taste buds. So you can read more about our adventures on BetweenUsParents.com, and don't forget to subscribe, please, to the YouTube channel, and I will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.